Udah mulai apa belum sih?
Belum. Mulai dulu.
Hai teman-teman, mari olahraga, geleng kepala, kanan dan kiri. Ini kalau kanan kiri mah gue kiri-kiri mulu.
Suaranya jernih banget ya.
Saya bersama teman saya, Willy, ini sebagai asisten.
Muka lu gelap banget, El. Ngeri
Iya.
banget tuh.
Iya emang. Biar serem kan, kita mau page ini kan katanya serem nggak sih bosnya? Enggak ya? Tapi ya ada.
Kuping di atas.
Tapi udah ada, Will. Kuping. Ada kan? Suara Genshin aman?
Ada, cuman gambarnya belum ada.
Ya iya, lagi ngetes dulu kan. Oke teman-teman, ini sambutan dari saya. Jadi hari ini saya mau bermain Genshin Impact ya, seperti ada di deskripsi dan judul video sini live stream ya, di judul live ini ya. Ditemani bersama Willy. Halo Will, ada suaranya nggak Will? Halo Pak Willy, silahkan bersuara.
Sabar, berak.
Oke, dia sudah bersuara, jadi kita langsung aja ya. Nah ini dia, saya nge-post story di, buset ping gua merah. Kuat kagak ya? Kuat kagak ya? Ping gua merah tapi, aduh.
Coba wifi-nya dibanting dulu.
Jangan dibanting. Yang mana sih? Vortex ya? Bukan. Ini Arkon dong.
Yang lu ada di bawah tuh.
Arkon dong. Yang mana sih? Untuk story?
Itu, Arkon.
Ya udah benar berarti.
Arkon, guys.
Oke.
Arkon quest.
Gila, lu lihat pingnya kan 200. Kalau gua
200 nih, ngeri gua. Takut.
Ya ngetes dulu nge-like apa kagak.
Aduh, ini gua harus ngeliat zoom-nya ini nih, ngeri gua anjir.
Ya udah lu zoom dulu aja, lagi Lia kan.
Gua takut mic gua nyala, gila di ini. Gua ngomong berak ketawa semua beneran ini.
Aduh.
Gua coba komen buat lu ya.
Iya. Jangan aneh-aneh komennya. Wah, bangke. Dibilang jangan aneh-aneh. Harusnya nggak muncul sih. Kalau muncul males banget gua perlu edit lagi tuh botnya. Salah gua komennya. Nggak muncul kan?
Muncul ya?
Nggak muncul kan?
Enggak.
Oh, udah bagus lah. Jangan muncul.
Mantap. Coba kalau monitor ada monitor.
Ping gua udah mulai normal lagi. Lumayan lah. Ada ya? Oh, nggak ada deh. Nggak ada. Aman. Ini suruh kemana sih kok? Gua kayaknya paling kagak normal, perlu manjat ke sini dulu mau ke tempatnya.
Kuping pakai apa?
Hah?
Kuping.
Oh, meo namanya.
Hah?
Namanya meo namanya.
Pantek meo. Gue nanti cari meo nanti nggak ketemu.
Oh, ada Ningguang.
Oke, ada Brembo di Liwe.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an important announcement.
Okay.
Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Asik.
Waduh.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project.
Aduh, Will.
Apa tuh? Kenapa tuh?
So the rumors are true.
Oh, komen buat lu nggak nyala. Gimana?
Nggak nyala kan? Ya bagus lah.
The Jade Chamber.
Ngeri juga. Gua kalau sampai nyala ngeri juga masalahnya.
Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
The Jade Chamber. It's not Lady
Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an...
Muka lu bercahaya, anjing.
I do have a few matters I should
Bercahaya,
like to
tadi
entrust
gue
to
lagi
you here
ngecek
today.
ini.
The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding. They are as follows: sunset vermilionite, wonder cores, and adepti sigils.
Di live chat.
Ada orang lain di live chat.
Chatlah untuk melindungi
Excuse my
privasi
ignorance, Lady.
Only
Anda
sufficiently
dan
large pieces of
mematuhi
clostrite.
pedoman
Adepti
komunitas
sigils
kami.
serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical
Botnya
core itself.
nggak mau ini.
Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question
Ini
of
harusnya
if,
muka gue
but of
kekananin
when.
dulu kali ya.
I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most.
Ada yang ketutupan.
Efficiency is everything. You may ask me anything,
Biarin deh.
and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
Itu Bang Steve mau beli
These
Brembo.
things won't be easy to get hold of.
Ini mau beli
But if it
Brembo
means a
dia.
chance to get some inside information.
Then
Nah, itu
it's the
Brembo yang
deal
punya
of a
Z.
lifetime. Information from Lady
Oh.
Ningguang is
Lu
priceless.
punya Z Kawasaki Z
Whoever gets to
series.
it first. What a coincidence.
Beda lagi.
I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some plostrite just the other day. So excuse me all, but
Gue cuma mau beli
I have
Brembo
some
itu tuh.
business to do.
P32 apa ya? Kalau MT25 jadi.
Amin.
Amin.
Oh, no. We better move quickly, or this
Amin lagi.
Ningguang's rebuilding the
Amin
Jade
lah.
Chamber? This is a huge
Iya,
deal.
man.
Let's get involved.
So you heard my announcement,
Kan
did
berak,
you?
tak cebok.
What do you think? Interested? Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am not
Ada orang berak.
Really? Ooh, then Paima will ask you about
Ini
how
kalau
to
teksnya
business.
ketutupan muka saya yang
Then we'll
begini nih,
never be
maafin ya
short
guys.
of Mora
Saya
ever
males
again.
ngaturnya.
Of course.
Sampai ketutupan.
But how much the
biarin aja.
construction of the Jade Chamber
kan yang penting
requires a
suaranya kan-
great deal
suaranya
of
kebaca.
space. The
Kedenger.
abandoned mine outside the Golden House has
Apa
been
ya ketutupan?
selected as the building site.
Itu teksnya loh
Once
pas
you have
lagi
collected the
story.
materials, please take them
Iya,
there.
ketutupan agak ketutupan.
I have
Iya,
other
harusnya
business
gua
to
naikin
attend
dikit.
to now.
Cuma nanti
Otherwise, I
pas
would gladly
pas
escort you to the
ngelawan-ngelawan
site in person.
nggak
When you
berpengaruh,
do
udah pasti
arrive,
begini sebenarnya.
Please seek out. Remember, this is a race
Nanti lo ngelawan
against
orang
the
berak,
clock.
Lel.
A rare
oke,
opportunity
siap.
presents itself to you. Do not let somebody else snatch it from your grasp.
Tidak perlu
Ningguang
takut,
seems
tidak
super
perlu bangga.
busy.
Itu kentut
Come on, we
bukan.
better get going.
Bukan
First,
apa
we
ya?
gotta get out of
Hah?
Eugene
Apaan
Terrace.
tuh jadi orang berak?
Huh?
Ma'am, you seem
Oh.
like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me.
Kenapa tuh?
I can see that you're
Kaget.
easily gonna win this
Ketemu
procurement contest,
Senhe.
Lady Ningguang. As it happens, we
Senha,
have some
Senha.
information about the
Senglek.
materials that I really think
Bodo
might
amat.
interest you. Come on, let's.
No, I don't need it.
Oh masih tanda tanya.
Don't be like that. Hey, come on! Don't go! Why don't you stand there after her? Oh, right, yeah.
Oke. Yang the brave. Kaget.
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful information. Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out.
Wih.
They're not
Apa?
here. Let's keep looking.
Gimana tuh? Ya nanti ya kesetrum dia.
Ini point of view-nya
Well,
emang
you
ngeselin ya
Look at
Genshin ya.
that, ma'am. Nowhere left to run.
Setuju kan lo? Point
Saya
of
pun,
view.
Don't worry.
saya pun
Not bad, guys.
tergila-gila.
You give us some Mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something
Emang dikira
different
kuntilanak
about
apa?
her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
Oke.
I won't.
No more excuses!
Ya hujan.
I know you have money.
Aduh.
I saw you. Yeah, I saw
Duh
you.
ya bedil.
Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion,
Duh ya
ordering a
bedil,
table full of
bedil,
food,
bedil.
and only taking a few bites. Then she knew it.
Gue gacanya kapan ya?
Then one mean
Hari ini
restaurant.
gacha nggak ya menurut lu?
Same story each
Gacha
time.
lah biar dapet
You
si
order
shell.
all the signature
Amin.
dishes, take a few bites.
Tapi gue kurang
Then
puas
you're
kalau
away
udah
again.
dapet show nggak dapet
How
senjatanya.
could you afford to be
Mending
so
dua-duanya.
wasteful if you weren't from a rich
Show gue di
family?
sini garanti kalau gue
Since you're
ngambil.
so rich, what's the loss
Yaudah,
to
ganti,
you in
ambil.
giving us a little
Tapi
spare
PT-nya
change, huh?
masih kecil, masih dikit.
Master warned me not to lay a
Gue juga
hand
nggak
on
tahu kemarin
anyone in
gue PT
Liyue
berapa, nanti gue
Harbor.
liatin lagi dah.
But
Nah,
he
sekarang
will.
kayaknya udah ada deh. Ntar lu cek aja.
Perhaps. Yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid
Nanti gue
of?
cek
We're
bareng
just
lo.
selling
Susah gitu.
information. It's not illegal.
Ngerti gue ngitung
If she lays a
gitu.
finger on us,
Kalau
all
ini
the
gue langsung
better.
ke
We'll sue her
Paimon
for
aja
everything
paling
she's
kali.
worth.
Paimon OM.
Oh, you again.
Millilith. What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this?
Bayangin Paimon
You
nyasar
ought
ke
to
Dead
mind
by
your own
Daylight.
business. I
Kejar-kejar
swear.
killer.
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Kejar killer. Hah? Apaan tuh? Rapper. Lari.
Kaget.
Shenhe,
Shen, huh?
Cun,
my name.
Awalnya saya coba-coba.
Shen,
Apa
huh?
enak?
Paimon's name is, well,
bangke lu
Apa
ya.
itu?
and
Awal,
this is Paimon's
gue pikir
channel.
awalnya saya coba-coba.
I've
Kok
heard
botai
about you
aja
two
gitu.
before.
Gue lagi live, Will. Aduh.
Thank you for helping to defuse
Gue
the
males
situation.
ketawa, sumpah.
I could have
Ya,
dealt
Harus
with it
mencerna
myself, though.
story ini.
I
Awalnya
suspect
saya
smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to
Botai
get him to
ayam.
surrender.
You
Kayak
can't do
jilat.
that.
Kayak ayam.
That's way too violent. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws?
Ah,
No,
coba.
apparently not.
Katanya ayam.
So, how exactly have you...
Terlalu. Gue gak bisa ketawa soalnya gue batuk.
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this and that and the other, but only took a small bite of each dish. Then of course you're still hungry. So, anything in particular you're hungry for?
Kepoin YouTube saya.
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my
Lagi
usuals.
diem nih guys.
Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain.
Turun.
Anyway, Booba Pharmacy's not far
Hello?
away.
Paimon kalau jadi dewasa gimana, Will?
For a big medicinal meal.
Kenapa
After
emang?
all,
Nggak apa-apa,
can't
nanya
work
doang.
on an empty stomach.
Ya begitu, gue nggak tahu sih.
Masih pakai pampers nggak?
Do you think
Enggak,
Shenhe
pakai-
might be an adeptus? It seems like it's her first
Pakai
time
apa
in
ya?
Liyue
Opin Ipin
Harbor.
kapan dewasa ya?
Doesn't seem
Tahun depan nih.
Are you here
Nggak,
to buy some
Naruto
herbs?
aja grow up
I
terus
do
kan.
hope you brought
Growing
your
up dia.
prescription.
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this?
Cara merusak lah itu
Sounds
orang
more like a
penyanyi.
lunch order.
Itu bukan
Here you go,
ngerusak, kalau
That's
kena
everything we
copyright
have
gue
in
kena
stock.
suspend bangke.
Thank you.
Suara lu tuh
Suara
mengandung
dia beda.
suara lu mengandung copyright, Will.
she's really
Waduh, parah
eating
itu.
them.
Itu tidak benar itu.
Alah,
Nih bayangin nih, gue
Oh,
nge-full senjatanya
My
Xiao,
hunger has
dapetnya
now
malah
abated.
senjatanya Xiao.
makannya
Tetep berburu.
lahap sekali.
Rather awful.
Ini si Ether udah
Though
ngedate
they
sama
were not
berapa
completely devoid
karakter
of
ya?
sweet fragrance. After consuming a large
Dibilangin
quantity
dia
of
banyak
them,
harem. Tidak
bitterness
perlu
is
takut. Tidak perlu
You
ganda.
chow down on these and barely touch the
Itu
restaurant
bentuk
food.
bukan tunda.
Bodoh amat.
Paimon had enough, Mora. Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and
Ban
order a
kai.
whole table of food and
Minus
eat it all in one go.
because I'm not
Table.
sure whether I will remain here in the future.
Oke.
Dia
The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I
Ten.
return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to
Yum, yum,
appreciate its
yum.
taste is enough.
Sayonara.
Return to the
yaudah.
mountains.
Nih teman gue yang satu ini pengen gue lempar
I knew she was an
sepatu
adeptus.
sumpah guys. Miau miau tiba-tiba.
Enough about me.
Iya, ini kan gue lagi
What are your
ini, gue lagi
plans from
main.
here?
Terus tiba-tiba si Otto bilang, Mio. Oh ya
We
udah.
came out to take part in the Rebuild the Jade Chamber competition. And now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for...
I see. I
You
heard
don't bilang
something about the
WhatsApp
contest
tuh,
when I
udah.
was passing by.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang
Lu
any
main.
question you want if you win. Were you interested in the contest too, Shin?
I
Rame.
came for the rebuilding of the
Ntar
Jade Chamber,
di akhir
but
live
until
aja
this
gue
point I had
gacanya.
no intention of joining a contest.
Oke, nggak apa-apa.
Siau aja
However,
berarti.
you have shown me your
Ini kira-kira
Ya,
story-nya
men.
story-nya
and I
bisa sampai
would now like to
berapa
lend you
berapa
my
jam ya?
assistance. Oh, don't
Nggak
worry.
nyampe jam lah.
I ask for
Paling
Oh,
nothing in
yaudah.
return.
sejam
Cepet
lah.
berarti.
You don't have to. But having
Kalau
an
lu
adeptus
skip
help
terus ya,
out will make
bisa
things a whole lot
sejam.
easier, so...
Kalau lu menikmati story-nya mungkin
Then let's not delay. I have a
1,5
plan.
jam kali.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest
Tergantung
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as.
See you next
Awesome.
week. Yeah.
I do, however, believe it will be
Tahun depan.
highly effective. We simply need to
Tahun
dispose
depan.
of everyone who is currently ahead of us.
Tahun
Then
merah.
we alone shall become the victors.
Veto! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay?
Di akun satu lagi dapat siapa?
Sunset Vermilion
Nggak,
Night,
masih gue diemin.
and Adepti.
Story aja nggak gue kerjain.
Let's start at the top of the list and work
Jadi
down.
kalau gue nggak dapet show di sini,
For
ya ngambil
prize
show
night,
di
I
akun
was
satu lagi.
wondering who I could hear arguing.
Akun
over
satu lagi
there.
cuman buat ngoleksi
So,
hero-hero OP. Wih si
it's
Baizu
you.
datang.
Baishu,
Baizu
what
siapa?
are you doing
Yang
out
punya
here?
Dendro. Karakter Dendro.
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
I'm
Oh,
not
yang
too
rambut hijau ya?
sure.
Hmm.
I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Rambut
Maybe
merah.
for its first aid on site? I didn't ask though.
Ini itu si
Far
Diluk
be it
Diluk.
from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs. Oh, and she also
Diluk.
borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning
Siapa
Boo
tuh?
Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work by any chance?
No, we've got other stuff to do.
Membayangkan
While you're here, though, you seem to know a lot.
betapa
Have you ever heard of something called Sunset Vermilion Night?
Anjay.
Ah, the variety of plostrite
Ntar nih
used in
gue
the
mau
Jade
buat
Chamber,
video kayang
yes.
dulu ya.
There is some mention of it in the
Oh, lu
Seven
mau buat video
Mountain
kayang, ya udah.
Treatises. When activated,
tunggu
Sunset
dulu.
Vermilion
Nah,
Night
nggak gua
rises
matiin.
up all the way into the clouds.
Soalnya nih
It's very rare.
nunggu begini lama nih besok.
As
soalnya.
far as the
Kalau ada
records
suara
show,
gubrak,
virtually
jangan sampai
all
gue
Sunset
ketawa ya,
Vermilion Night
hati-hati.
in existence
Kayang
has been mined and
mesti
taken
ini banget apa
possession of.
fokus.
But the Feyun
Nih,
Commerce
nanti
Guild would
lo-
know far more about this
Gua
than
buat
I do.
ada videonya.
Okay,
Anda bisa
then.
menyaksikan.
Let's go ask at the Feyun Commerce Guild.
Nanti kayang saya kayak orang kesurupan.
Thanks, Baiju.
Karena ortu lu bingung,
You're
lu lagi
quite
kayang
welcome.
dikira kesurupan lagi
Good
habis
luck to
dari
you
balik.
all. And if there's anything further you need
Panleak.
from me,
Willy kau kenapa Willy? Kok tiba-tiba kayang? Kayak film-film ini apa? Conjuring.
Wordless. Hah. Siapa kalau ini bilang worthless. Iya. Bahasa Inggrisnya ngakak gitu.
Master Xingqiu,
Worthless.
thank goodness you're finally
Here.
back.
Why do I detect an urgency in
Yul,
your
diem Yul.
voice?
Sumpah, gak diem gue jitak lu Yul.
The
Jitak
guild has
online
had a
gimana
whole
ya cara
string of
jitak orang
strange
online?
orders in recently. Everyone's been completely caught off guard. Your father gave me specific
Gue
instructions to
spiral
ask you
bis
to
dulu
stay and help out if
apa
I happen to see
ngerjain
you.
ini dulu?
I see.
Ini dulu aja lah.
Have someone sort the orders by
Biarkan
type
si
for
Xiao
now.
kehujanan.
I'll deal with them myself shortly.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can
Okay.
breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey,
Ada
Xingqiu.
melihat kayak
Glad you're
Lihat.
here. We want to ask you for some information.
Oke. Jadi
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a
ini
moment.
dia. Bentar.
Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time
Kalau
being.
lagi streaming
And we'll
Mas Ali.
discuss the matter of the guild's
Wih.
orders in more detail later on.
Gue streaming
Understood,
juga
Master
di Discord
Xingqiu.
nih biasanya saya
Then I will
tayang.
leave you in peace.
Gitu juga.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going
Handsome.
on? And how, pray tell, may I be of service?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
As well? Do you mean...
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite, but only one piece. We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction, and a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring about the price. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction price may be in excess of 500 million mora.
500 million?!
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's just not worth it.
But without any Sunset Vermilionite...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer? Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away. Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures. After Sea Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned, and luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
That's great! But is it really okay for us to just go and take his treasure? Wouldn't it be a little, you know, disrespectful? With him being an adeptus?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him. Open-minded? I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described. Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go. There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long.
Okay, we will be. Thanks, Xing. Let's see. Xingqiu said it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it, we can inspect the area more closely.
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around.
Oh. Ya, gue nggak punya hero tanah.
Itu sih, itu pakai
Biarin lah.
hero begini. Masa lu nggak punya hero tanah?
Enggak, buat
Sini.
apa gitu, biarin lah. Moga aja nggak perlu hero tanah.
What? Weren't we at a waterfall just now?
Masuk
How
ke
did we
domain
suddenly
gitu loh.
end up here? Oh, so many clouds. It feels like we're high up in the sky.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus.
Ini
With any
puzzle,
luck,
ini
the
puzzle
sunset
gak, Will?
Vermilionite we're looking for should be in here.
Really? Let Paimon see. Huh? Isn't
Will,
that the ceiling
halo?
from before?
Oh, lagi kayang dia, guys.
Look, it's gone and snuck beneath the clouds. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete. Oh, could there be?
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti art used for spatial partitioning. If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the Adepti art.
All right, then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where they are hiding, so we'd better be careful.
Senhei. Will, suaranya ngedouble, Will, kagak enak. Halo? Tes. Oh, udah enggak.
Manifest! Beg for mercy. Shudder! Let's light it up!
Stand clear.
Crush!
Ini fungsinya apa nih? Oh. Oke. Ada chest nggak ya?
Gimana ya?
More speed. Shudder! Unleash! Ha! Manifest!
Gua nggak ngerti pakai set.
Going in!
Animal test 63 of
Shine down! It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care of this?
animal hypostasis of
Crush! By ordinance divine, obey! The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Waduh. Oh, ini harus dihancurin.
Everybody stand back! Inazuma shines eternal!
Whoa! We're gonna fall! Is everyone okay?
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first. Crush! More speed. Eye for an eye. I'm going in! Shine down!
Stay clear. Animal test 63.
Shudder! Flood of frost!
Waduh. Pantes suruh bawa hero tanah.
I condemn you! Torn to oblivion!
We're gonna fall. This time, we're really gonna fall. Ah! So high. Luckily, there was a pool of water at
Gila,
the
mantep
bottom.
banget.
Otherwise, that could have ended very differently. Hey! That Sealy's on the move again. Let's catch up with it.
Ini Ruin Guard nggak bisa diapa-apain. Nggak boleh ke sana ya. Oh, udah chest. Oke, jadi goa, masuk ke goa.
Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
Suruh ngapain?
Gila dia bisa dong.
Hah? Suruh dorong-dorong batu ngapain ini? Ada jalan ternyata di sini. Tapi gue pengen cek sana dulu ada apa. Oh, mentok. Terus yang sini apa nih? Oh, chest.
Crush! There is no escape!
Animal hypostasis emulation.
Everybody stand back! Do your master's bidding!
Oh, gila.
Unleash! Obey! Shine down!
Off we go. Stand clear. Animal test 60.
Take cover! Shudder! Vengeance will be mine! Eye for an eye! I'm going in! Illusion shattered!
Absorption test.
Gila, ping gua parah banget.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Aduh, harusnya bawa Chili.
Animal test 6308.
There is no escape!
Swirl. Mark 2.
Unleash! Cryo incarnate! Everybody stand back! Now you shall perish!
Wih, roboh. Bentar deh. Oke, kayaknya gue ada masalah di koneksi nih teman-teman ya. Kalau misalkan streamnya nge-lag, ya gimana lagi, gue tetap bakal lanjut storynya.
Look over there! Could that be the sunset vermilionite?
Ngopi-ngopi, asik.
Is this it?
Si Willy lagi nyoba handstand tuh. Tugas pelajaran olahraga.
It's so huge! That's true, but then again, why isn't it floating?
Prostrate doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does Prostrate reveal its true nature, breaking free from the shackles of the mortal realm and ascending up into the heavens.
Wow, Shenhe, you seem to know everything about this.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, she'll come straight for me and start telling story after story. I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy like this.
Hold on a sec. Paimon just realized something. If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be dragged up into the sky. But if we don't activate it, how else are we gonna lift it? This rock must weigh...
Don't worry. I can handle...
Are you sure?
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a Prostrate sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged. My safety.
That's right! Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything, but if something this heavy lands on you, you're gonna get yourself hurt, no matter who you are. You gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects. It's just common sense.
Is it now? Well then, thank you. I'll go on ahead with the Prostrate. Let's meet at the building site later.
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge rock all by herself? Adepti super strength much? We can't slow down yet. Let's go meet her at the building site.
Wih, ada dari Gausah Rafa Wicaksana. Anjay, notifnya kakak. Oh ya, sorry nih telat baca. Aduh, susah banget ngeliat komen kalian kalau pakai satu monitor aja. Hai Gausah. Wih, tapi kayak udah keluar deh. Nggak tahu masih lihat apa enggak. Will, halo? Lo masih handstand, Will? Ini udah nggak ada apa-apa lagi kan di sini ya. Moga aja temen gua nggak tengleng palanya ya, lagi handstand ya. domain. Lah,
Sumpah dah nggak bisa. Ngeri. Sumpah, nggak bohong. Nggak bisa gua. Wih. Gimana nih? Apa di sini aja dah, dikasih.
ini apaan di bawah? Oh, nggak ada apa-apa.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's got to be one of those adepti, surely.
Oh, mighty Adeptus,
stream gua
please give me
masih
your
ini
blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations, this item is approved for submission. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item. May I take your name?
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhua, and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest plastrite specimen. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rock we found? Pretty amazing, right?
In truth, it is the finest piece of plastrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of construction. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants. If you need a place to rest, you are welcome to stay there. Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
Shenhua, Shenhua, just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises.
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strange. Aren't you happy about it? Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold her head up high and break into a big smug smile.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an Adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive too. Way different than normal people.
But I am not...
Shenhua?
Wih, si Ether. Dia udah sering begini terus kalau ada pembicaraan
I'm
tertentu.
fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little
Si Willy dari tadi lagi heboh.
Byron said that there
Entah
are
bisa
some
kaya apa
makeshift
enggak itu.
hotels we can use, right? Let's go check in and take a rest.
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and meditate in silence.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. Alright? Seriously, don't punish yourself like...
Okay. If you insist.
Matanya Senhe itu unik ya.
Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
Off we go!
Sebenarnya nama disebutnya Senhe, cuman orang Indo biasa manggilnya Senhe.
Hi there.
Checking in, are we? You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. And not just workers either. Visitors, business people, tea sellers, all sorts. So, business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're lucky you got here when you did.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is just through the door on the left. Here are your keys. All right. Hope you enjoy your stay. Please excuse me, I'll leave you to it.
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other room's ready. Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Paimon couldn't help but notice one of the guests walked in with a huge... Let's buy one for Shenhe too. She can have it as a midnight snack.
All right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear.
Kok bisa tadi, weh? Gak bisa.
Oh ya, Will.
Record
Congrats,
siapa?
congrats. Semangat, Will.
Hey, isn't that clever, Tina? What's she doing here? Let's go and say hi.
Gimana?
One trusts you have met Shenhe.
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe to some degree.
Cool. So, calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's thinking maybe it'd be better if we called her by her Adeptus name instead.
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shenhe have an Adeptus name?
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what?
Sedikit lagi.
What? You knew already? So is Paimon the only one who didn't know?
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, she has not changed. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the scene. Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
That sounds so dangerous.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and mentally, and are highly reliant on their parents for survival. But not so her.
Gila bisa, mantap gila. Gila.
Wis. Udah bisa nih ya.
That she was able to
Tapi ngakak sih. Tapi kak,
yet she still
tapi ini
refused to lower her
tembak sih.
guard.
Tembak.
She even pointed her
Tembak.
dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only after she was satisfied that one had no intention to cause her harm did she finally relent. She then passed out without uttering a single word.
In other words, if
Oke,
you hadn't
realisasi
passed
dulu
by
guys.
that day,
Itu dari headstand ya.
Not necessarily.
Ada lagi nih, lompat
Upon
harimau
one's
besok.
arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shen-He may have still emerged.
that's still so dangerous though. Why was a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a god in the first?
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind, and she had experienced her fair share of this. Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shen-He has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. All the
Gila kayak udah kayak
Adepti
kuntilanak.
cherished her talents,
Ngeri
and
kali, wah.
however, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew stronger day by day. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses, that her soul must red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red ropes are so powerful that they have suppressed some of her other emotions as well. It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shen-He's path has crossed...
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You can
Gila
go
sih,
ahead
ini
and
sih
pick
gila
up on
sih.
Shenhe because
Huh. You dare draw such a
Gila sih.
facile conclusion
Gila
on
orang
the nature
sumpah
of
parah.
one's present
Saya harus
excursion.
panggil Jin dulu biar bisa jadi
Incorrect. The truth is that while Liu Ningguang
Ya,
once made
bisa
a
loh,
bold
Liu.
assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liu and the humans. Well, one is most curious to observe how she will respond to the coming storm. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her
Pusing kepala
achievements.
awak.
Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching.
so
Paimon mau ngomong apa tadi? Oh,
oh no.
denger Paimon dulu deh.
A human
Jam berapa tadi?
Wes, gila, sumpah. Wes, gila, sumpah. Gak bisa nih kayak gini. Gak sanggup gue.
Hey, so Shenhe.
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it.
Oh, how did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you. So I went outside to check and caught on top of this. You have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me. After all, master is very talkative.
Sorry, Shenhe. Paimon had you down as an adeptus this whole time, but it turns out Paimon was wrong.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner. Because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit. Still, though you mistook me for an adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend. For this, I'm very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real. Anyway,
Geli banget tuh.
now it's settled.
Ini yang
From
Paris
now on,
ini.
you're our friend.
Bukan orang
Whether
gila
you're an
emang.
adeptus or a human
Orang
isn't the
inget
important
dewa
thing.
nih.
First and foremost,
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do, I must say I like the title friend very much indeed.
great.
Kayaknya Kayang
Well,
nggak bisa lagi
now that
yang
we're all
berak lah nih.
rested
Tuh,
up, we
udah
should
bisa.
start searching for the other 2 items on the
Kayang
list.
nggak bisa, cuman
But
headstand.
before we do that,
Kayang
let's
bisa.
go to the building site and ask
Harus
Ningguang's
ini
little
sih
helper
ngangkatnya
how the
itu loh
progress
yang
is
rada
going.
ribet.
After all,
Tenang aja
Aduh,
bisa,
itu.
Will. Dilatih, Will.
and another thing, we bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a
Yang
place
penting
just
yakin,
outside.
Will. Yang penting yakin.
Here's one for you, Shenhe.
Oh, ini lagi ngebangun jet chamber kayak gini nih.
So good.
Gila, keren banget.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Ini Bennett nggak mau jadi tukang.
Oke, bisa. Mantap.
Halo bapak-bapak konstruksi lagi apa ini? Ini kuliliwe. Ini kuliliwe. Semangat.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Bywin! And hey, Beto! And hey! Person Paimon doesn't... Nope.
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment. I'll be right. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beto? You're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Hero baru juga nih.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhe. I am their... friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plastrite required. Wow! So it looks... Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
I see.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us. Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. What do you think?
Yaudah.
Sounds great.
Gimana sih?
How does that change things exactly?
Kenapa, Will?
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yoon. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all three of us managed to get our hands on it. The two remaining items aren't quite so rare, so how'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Halo?
Precisely.
Halo? Kenapa?
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first.
Hah?
I have some leads on these wonder cores.
Willy
From
ngomong
what
apa
I've
sih,
heard, the
guys?
core itself is really
Pas
not
sama
that
gue
difficult
dibawa
to
sama
make.
Gokar,
The
Gokarnya nggak
hard part
nyadar.
is getting hold
Yah.
of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's
Terus
heard
gimana?
of it. You guys-
Dulu ya.
We'll head
Iya,
into
iya,
town
iya, iya,
and seek
lu
advice
urus
from
mak
Master
lu dulu
Jade
deh.
of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Ya udah, kita lanjut tutup story aja. Aduh, Maya Willy kasian banget, guys. Ah, tadi dia ngomongin apa sih? Jadi nggak fokus kan?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Oke.
Okay, let's go. By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang Yun? I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment.
Asik.
Ooh, what's the opera called? The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation. Oh, wow.
Ini ya.
Where did
Oke.
that come from?
Kita live sampai jam berapa ya? Nggak tahu nih.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if...
Of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer. So, you're here to ask about wonder cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ningguang back when she was building the original Jade Chamber. The types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves?
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Sure. Well, you'll need two kinds. If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, that's trickier. It's all but unheard of on the market. I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pin... Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any local...
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine Damsel of Devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there.
Anfeng's Ironmongers, here to serve.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
Or not.
Anfeng's Ironmongers, here to serve.
Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway.
Wih.
I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks, and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine Damsel of Devastation is said to have taken place here.
Bagus banget.
Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite!
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
What a nasty piece of work! Paimon sure hopes this monster gets...
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
No! Don't do it, little...
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air. That's how the opera ends.
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise.
I've never considered that. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron!
Bentuknya kayak apa dah? Bentuknya kayak gimana guys? Oh itu ya? Bukan sih? Oh bukan, ini mah geosigil. Oh. Oh sana, satu lagi.
Village on our way here. Master Zhong said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something? Huh. He didn't seem to catch that.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you happen to know any.
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Shenhua, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's
Supra.
Shenhua.
It's a Supra.
Shenhua. I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium, but I think you can find some information in the village. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here, so you can rummage around all you want.
Huh? You know this guy, Shen?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe.
Okay, then let's see what we can find.
I came back here once before. It was deserted then too, except for a few low-life bandits. Everyone, I tried explaining to them when I saw how run down all the.
Tuh tadi komen di YouTube gua ngeblok
Last time I
yang
visited,
buat
I felt so
nampilin
upset.
bot.
It is easy for
Nanti mau
Yes,
gua coba
my-
cek lagi deh. Waktu itu udah pernah bisa soalnya waktu live apa gitu.
I came back here once before. It was deserted then too. I tried explaining to them that when I saw how run down all.
Suddenly,
Last time I visited, I felt so upset.
it is easy for your mind.
Yes, my friend.
More speed.
The remains of a god, an abandoned village, Mount Tianheng. this mean that the true story of the divine Damsel of Devastation happened right here, in this village? The time frame certainly matches, so it seems we're in the right area. Let's keep looking around.
Lumayan ada. Oh, ada sili harusnya.
At least good luck
Daerah mana sih?
doesn't discriminate by clan.
Huh. What's this? So, Shenhe is the... Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed it earlier. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster. Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. Oh, it looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Sabrosium. Let's have a look over there.
Oh, itu silinya tuh, ntar gua ambil deh.
This is it. So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk. Let's go back and tell Shen.
Ini agak ribet nih. Oke, bentar, gue pengen ngambil itu sili masalahnya. Ayo dong, bisa dong.
More speed.
Naiknya gimana ya? Oh, udah chest.
At least good luck doesn't discriminate by clan.
Dari pohon deh. Nah, ini bisa.
can put these to good use.
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen. I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened... So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhe, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhe, look! This tells us how to find Subrosium.
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to... Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts. So I'd like to change them.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience.
It's okay. My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society.
Mantap.
So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to...
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be.
Shenhe! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go! We can't let someone else beat us to it!
Kadang Paimon suka bener.
More speed.
Gak usah lama-lama gitu. Udah bebek. Kalau lagi pakai Tartaglia, bebeknya tuh gua panah. Oke. 17 berapa nih? 30 ya. Kecepatan kah kita? Coba. Nggak ada apa-apa sih. Ini pengebak deh. Malam-malam. Nunggu 17.30 di mana di? Nunggu di mana? Gue ada daily commission belum gua ambil. Ini nggak ngebak apa-apa, melakukan kesalahan gue nih di Genshin. Nggak tahu juga deh. Evening.
You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? All right then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words. What do we have here?
Ya ampun. Oh, Xiao. Xiao nih. Gue bersuara dong. Telepati mereka. Kenapa nih?
Beg for mercy. Stand clear. Animal test 6308.
Aduh bentar guys, ada temen gua ngechat. You know us? Ya nggak tahu. Orang-orang sini pada pikun kali ya. Ya kita anggap aja inget. Gue sih nggak inget. Kebiasaan sih show hilang. Dulu aja lah. Gue nggak tahu urutnya gimana, cuman yang penting udah unlock dulu gitu, jadi nyambung ceritanya.
Adventure time.
Ini waktunya udah gue sama ini. Kalau nggak bisa lagi ngebug. Bentar nanti gue cari di Google deh. Kalau ngebug. Nah bisa. Oke. Tadi berarti emang ngebug ya. Emang harus kita perhatiin juga, cek juga. Sunset. Apa nih?
That's everything we need. Let's head back and report in. Paimon's curious if...
Paimon ngomong tuh selalu kepotong-potong sama gua gara-gara ini apa? Pengen cepet-cepet TP gitu loh. Harusnya pas TP Paimon tetap bisa ngomong gitu. Gue pakai 7.1 dari segala arah, gila. Gokil juga. Bisa denger-denger sampai anak kecil lompat-lompat detailnya Genshin.
Off we go.
Oh, goodness.
So...
This is some top quality ore you found. I guess now it's my time.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before.
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry. It won't take me too long.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next.
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know. When we first met, I told you I came for the... In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you, and I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work. Maybe I'll learn something.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us.
Mantep banget. Sekarang kalau habis keluar dari tempat Tartaglia tuh ngeliat Jade Chamber lagi dibuat begini.
Off we go.
Terakhir tuh Jade Chamber hancur karena lawan Osail.
Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh, all three of you found them together. Okay, I see. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the...
What? It's over already?
So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou?
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
Alright then. Guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first. This has been a long time coming. The last...
Gila udah jam 7 aja ya. Sejam lebih ini.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores
Stream
and
kali
insert them
ini
into the
gue
Jade
usahain nggak
Chamber's
sampai jam
control
9, semoga
compartment.
aja sih lebih cepet ya. Tapi gue berusaha juga hari ini namatin story-nya ini yang
The
baru.
construction of the new Jade
Besok
Chamber
gue
is
masih
now
ada
officially
sekolah guys,
complete.
PTM.
Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you all for your work. Now it is time for me to fulfill my promise.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement.
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your...
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare...
You're quite welcome. It's true.
Oh, a traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when...
You're next. What is your question? I should clarify. I do not know your sister's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
Wow. You're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well. Guess Paimon will ask a question then.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, an instinct for what is a good opportunity. All of these traits are crucial. If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Wow. Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, you helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, and I intend to repay you handsomely for it. So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of
masih aman nggak di
remuneration.
YouTube ya? Gue cek dulu deh.
So next time we run out of Moro, we just need to come to Ningguang? No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me?
Yes, this is a group
Oh, aman
effort.
kok, aman.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive, as long as you respect the rules. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop
a sense of belonging.
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become... In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet a little later than expected.
Come on, Beidou. It's your turn. Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest. Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
Glad to hear it. Watch your back. Stay alert.
Beidou? Ningguang? What are you talking about?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. Maybe it's better that you don't know. When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all... My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all let the Ascension ceremony commence!
Wah. Ini dia animasinya Genshin. Semoga nggak copyright ya guys. Kalau copyright bahaya juga. Oh no. Oh dia datang lagi saudara-saudara. Ini kalau Sayal kagak datang nggak seru sih. Ini gue juga udah lihat di trailernya.
Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex. By Osial's wife.
Hah?
Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Beneran.
Beidou sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepti.
No. In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone.
Oh. Masa dihancurin lagi Jade Chamber? Wes, kicking. Emang keren, emang keren. Wah gila, parah, keren banget. Xiao mana Xiao? Xiao Yaksa bisa ikut nggak? Kok nggak mau?
All hands, tsunami incoming!
What's that? Wait! A giant wave!
Ya.
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
Suaranya Keking lucu banget. Hah? Terus Ether gimana? Tadi kan mental Ether. Pakai Senhei gitu.
What are you doing here?
We can't let you be the only one taking this risk.
Disuruh ngapain?
I hardly see this as a great risk.
Hey.
The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured.
Ini bisa napas di dalam air. Oh enggak deh. Nih gua kasih ini aja no.
But in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
We'll help too.
Freeze to the core. I condemn you.
Lepas. Kena lo. Copot. Kok udah banyak? Gak boleh.
Shine down.
Kita diserang ada 3 ular air. Seru guys, sumpah. Keren banget. Kok nggak ada? Nggak kena. Ngebok. Nembakin air apa rasanya anjir? Nih gua kasih listrik no. Oh iya, kita ada Senhei. Kayak Xiao. Skill E-nya. Cuman Xiao lebih cepat ya. Karena mainnya agresif kalau pakai Xiao. Lama banget. Apa harus pakai hero panah ya?
More speed. Crush. Torn to oblivion. Shine down. escape.
Oh ya ampun, bisa.
Beg for mercy.
Wait.
Everybody stand back. Insolent. Shine down.
Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
Waduh.
Shudder. Avenger time.
Lama banget lawan Osail. Siap, ini harus hero panah ini. Tapi namanya bukan Osail ya? Base ya? Avenger of the Vortex.
Enhanced cannon. Illusion shattered.
She's getting away! Shouldn't we go after her?
This place is unstable. It is too risky to continue pursuing her.
Oke. Animasi lagi kah?
I'm just a little exhausted. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely seek...
How did things go underwater?
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort to finish the job.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted. When you visit the Jade Chamber in the future, you will be afforded generous treatment.
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyan Stone Forest and the surrounding waters have returned.
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you for your service.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I wasn't trying to be a hero, though.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she returns with a vengeance, we must be prepared.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shenhe.
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous. If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidence. You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough. But there will no doubt be further trials to come in the future.
While
Ya
the
ampun,
position of
tuh gue pengen buang air.
One saw you secretly
Pengen
venture out
BAB
from
lagi.
the mountains a few years ago. And noticed the air of dejection in which you were. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has...
Yes. I feel happier than I expected.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe. She is in fact, one has many fond memories.
There'll be no need for that.
Oh. Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that Liyue has weathered.
Oke, siap. Tapi sebelumnya gue mau ke toilet dulu ya, teman-teman ya.